Good morning, Mrs. Fay.
Good morning, Rima. It's April 1st. So, what kind of a story are you going to make up today?
Great story.
Or are we going to do something serious? Serious.
Usually, April 1, it's April Fool's Day. But when people go to work from 9 to 5, are they fooling themselves by doing 9 hours of
Why do you think
productivity?
so? Why do you think so? Don't tell me something has stuck in your head from our repeats and repeats. That activity is not productivity.
Exactly. Because, uh, people going from 8 to 5, how much are they producing from 8 to 5? Are they producing 9 hours of work?
Some studies say that on average, 2 hours of productivity for that 9 hour day, because don't forget there's a lunch break and probably several
Exactly.
coffee breaks.
And so why do people become active but not productive? I mean, so much activity is going on,
Mhm.
too little productivity. And why do people become demotivated and not productive? And I think,
What do you think?
and I think when people lose their purpose, they don't have clarity. This is where, demotivation kicks in. This is where they become, oh, I had work to get today and I came back. Oh, time's flying and I didn't achieve nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think you said lose their purpose, and I wonder if they had a purpose in the first place.
You're
Um,
right.
it is possible that you could have a purpose and lose it, but you were telling me a couple of days ago about someone you met who has a cottage industry, where they plant stuff and they make their own sort of homemade canned stuff and preserves. And that person you said is like 71 years old.
Yes.
And I just wonder, I mean, is productivity a function of time or age? Tell me about that. I mean, what do you
Actually,
observe?
it came to my surprise that this person is 71 years old because I had a reflection the way this woman puts her energy into plants, puts her energy, she has a great connection with nature. And I thought to myself, why do we have an expiry date for human beings under the title called retirement? And I think the moment you stop thinking and um, you stop producing, this is where your brain retires. I mean, retirement is not related to age or time. Retirement is related to attitude. As long as you have a healthy attitude that you want to do something, you want to produce something, you feel that you are contributing, there's no place for retirement whatsoever.
I think the thing that holds it all together, if you like, the engine that drives this is having a clarity of purpose. When you don't have a purpose and you're just doing things to fill the time, that's when you really fall into the trap of activity and you may be busy and you may be tired. But when you look around and say, well, what did I produce? And why am I doing this? Why am I making this effort? I think that's when the engine shuts down. The engine goes into kind of neutral and there is no real direction. But the person you were describing obviously uh, loves her connection to nature, keeping her plants healthy and producing high yields so that she can make a living out of what she does with those preserves and pickles and whatever she does with them. Keeps her not only focused on a purpose, but gives her a steady income doing something she enjoys and
Exactly.
bringing pleasure to other people's lives by offering them something of good quality.
And on the other side, there's that young person who is in their 30s, who somehow put their limitation to themselves that they can't do because they're physically not so well, they don't feel well every day. And this is where I think they are retired in their 30s.
You retire when you don't have a reason to get out of bed in the morning and do something because you have no
Exactly.
purpose.
And this is where self-fulfilling prophecy has a place, has a great place, because you set your limits and everything you do revolves around, I can't. If the thought is, I can't.
Yes. And that's the big difference between someone who sees themselves as a victim versus a person who sees themselves as someone who has agency and who has purpose and who can do something about their dreams and desires and goals. And life without purpose is truly not one that I envy at all. And that's why, we go to such lengths, not only in individual interactions with our clients, but working with their teams, working with their leaders, working with the organization to define purpose. Purpose is not your mission vision. A purpose is, why does the team exist? Why are you here? What value do you add? And how do you make a difference? And I think knowing that you can make a difference and wanting to make a difference is what gives people a reason to get out of bed, roll up their sleeves, and be productive.
I think at ICTN, we don't just discuss the purpose. We had people find their purpose through coaching. Purpose could be for a person, for a team, for a business. And for that business, how can that business grow and spread regionally and even globally? Because we work with global businesses. And then
Exactly.
if they don't,
Without purpose, it's just activity. And we hope that more and more people will be interested in shifting from activity to productivity, and we would
productivity,
love to help them on that journey.
yes.